episode of Ninja Slayer. Ninja Slayer continues his never-ending quest to kill all ninja, and nothing's gonna get in his way. Not kind senior citizens, not mechanized snake ninja, and certainly not the fan-servicey wiles of the bombastic blonde bombshell of the series, Nancy. That's right, my friends, if you wanted some fan service, you're definitely gonna get it in this week's episode, which was actually kind of surprising, because this week was actually split into two small mini episodes, and considering this is an anime series that only runs for about roughly 13 minutes, I'm really surprised what they were able to do with their time. The first half of the episode is all about the introduction of this brand new character by the name of Nancy, who is this detective who's trying to take down the Sokaya Syndicate, and she ends up running into Ninja Slayer and this other ninja by the name of Cockatrice. Cockatrice is this mechanized snake ninja. He's actually changed parts of his body where both of his arms are these two giant cobras, one of which is a lot bigger than the other, and he's able to use these abilities to poison people, to wrap them up, and use all types of crazy snake abilities, and his overall design is awesome, especially the whole ninja grill, which has these big nasty teeth and this weird glowing tongue in the middle. He's a really, really creepy looking character, and it just reminds me again that all of the enemy ninja in this show just look awesome and have amazing designs. Of course, Ninja Slayer just completely destroys him by cutting off his arms, and the scene where he knocks him down the stairs and it goes back to the Aqua Teen Hunger Force styled animation where he's falling down and his green blood is just squirting all over the place like a freaking sprinkler, that is pretty freaking funny. And then of course there's Nancy. She doesn't really do much in this episode aside from just look fine as all hell, but she seems like she's going to be a pretty interesting character. She might develop a relationship with Ninja Slayer, and if anything, you get a nice fan-servicey scene where a snake literally wraps around both of her, you know. Haha, the answer's boobs! The final part of the episode is real simple. It's just Ninja Slayer hanging out on this rooftop, and I love how his scarf is just wrapped around everything, and there's all of these birds and pigeons and crows who are hanging out on his scarf, and then he suddenly meets this old man who just wants to hang out with Ninja Slayer. He tells some stories about his family, how he has this somewhat estranged relationship with his son, who I'm sure he's going to come into play later on as the series goes on. And this is something that I think is interesting, because ever since the beginning of the series, we really haven't gotten into the backstory of Fujikido that much. Really, he's been completely taken over by the power of Naraku Ninja and the crazy Ninja Slayer abilities, and I really think this is going to bring things down to a more grounded level by meeting up with this old guy again, and I kind of hope we get more episodes like this in the future, which are just really quick fire, like 2 episodes at a time, giving us a little bit of action and introducing some new characters, because I really liked that. I thought it was really nice in this episode. So what's the rundown? On this week's episode of Ninja Slayer, Nancy. Hell yeah, she's looking fine as all hell. I've been really waiting to see her character and really see what she's all about, and really we didn't get much from her at all this week, aside from just a lot of fan-servicey shots, but at least the character has finally been introduced. Something that is kind of interesting, though, is that they're really not following continuity all that much, where the last episode was Ninja Slayer meeting Dragon Gentoso and his granddaughter and getting ready to train with them. Maybe he's still being healed and that's why we haven't seen him yet, but I was kind of hoping that they would follow up on that, not to mention there's still the whole other Ninja Slayer girl who's just running around the city. Eventually, all of these stories are going to converge on another, but I can't wait to see that happen. But I just didn't expect that this episode was going to be cut into 2 chunks like so perfectly. They even had their own titles. In fact, the second half just flew right by, and it was just really just atmospheric and nice and calm. But I kind of like that after all of the ridiculousness of the first half, especially with the character of Cockatrice, who again, like I said, has an amazing character design. It's another one of those shows where, you know, I wish it had better animation, I wish it could have more action scenes, but for what it is, I get a lot of laughs out of it, especially that one scene where Ninja Slayer is slowly starting to walk down the stairway. I thought that was pretty funny. It's just the overall way that he just completely destroyed Cockatrice. That was really awesome, especially when he curb stomps his head, and of course, it ends with a sayonara! So overall, this was a very simple but fun episode of Ninja Slayer, introducing some new characters, a few action sequences, and some nice calmness at the very end. On the technical side of things, the artwork of this series is astoundingly beautiful, especially the color schemes. Everything just frickin' pops. The character designs are awesome. I wish the series could be remade by Studio Ufotable so that it could look even better, but for what it is, this is a fun, hilarious, action-packed anime series, which is a great parody of classic ninja anime. So, Ninja Slayer fans, definitely check this one out. It's got a lot of funny moments, a lot of action-packed moments, tons of fan service. It's just a lot of fun. Exactly what the guys at Studio Trigger are all about. So I'm going to give this week's episode a 4 out of 5. Check it out, Ninja Slayer fans. Pretty good stuff. I thought this episode was pretty cool, but what about you guys? Did you watch this week's episode of Ninja Slayer? What did you think of the brand new character of Nancy? And what did you think of all those action scenes? And what do you want to see from the rest of the Ninja Slayer anime series? Please tell me in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching my review. Make sure to like it, share it with all your friends, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, sayonara!